Hey guys, again. Hello, Tiffany here. Getting ready for our recharge class, total body stretch. Go ahead and grab yourself a towel. If you have a long one, that's great. Or you could use a belt or a long t-shirt, something that you can just use easily accessible. And if you don't have anything at all, that's totally fine. I would hope you'd have a towel, but that's totally fine if you don't have one. A small blanket, like a throw or something like that, you can use, would totally work. Get started here. Okay. I'm not wearing any shoes. I'm on my mat, so we're just gonna keep it nice and casual. So come to a comfortable seat. Just go ahead and you can have your legs crisscrossed or out in front of you, whatever is comfortable for you. We're just gonna kind of just ground ourselves here before we get into this stretch. Take a couple of deep breaths in through your nose. Nice and deep, fill up your lungs, fill up your belly, and out through your mouth with a sigh. Now we'll do that again. Go. Go inside. Come on. Okay, give me another 2 big deep breaths, inhales and exhales. Big inhale all the way in. Fill up, and when you feel like you've already filled it up, fill it up even more. And release, empty everything out. Nice job. Okay, so now we're gonna go into some neck circles. So think about your nose drawing a circle rather than doing circles with your neck. That can put some strain on your neck, so you wanna just go with the natural motion of your neck. So think about taking your nose and just going in circles. So we'll do 10 circles going to the left and then 10 circles going to the right. So we're just drawing that circle with our nose, lifting our chin, really moving through this neck stretch. And when you're done with the 10 going in one direction, then just switch it up, do 10 going the other direction. Wherever you feel any kinks, you can stop and you can work it out. Really breathe here. Sometimes we are doing simple movements and we forget to breathe because we're so focused on the movement. So really make sure that you're breathing deep, getting oxygen in all those places. There's no point in stretching if we're not going to breathe. The whole point is to get the oxygen to those spaces. All right, great. Now we're going to go into some pass-throughs. So if you'd like to do this standing up, you can. If you'd like to stay seated, you can as well. So we're going to take our towel or a t-shirt or our belt. We're going to hold it at the end. So we're going to kind of turn our wrists to face away from each other. And we're going to start at the front and come all the way around and land at the back. We don't want to speed through this. Like I've always told you guys, the shoulder is very sensitive area. The joint is very complex. And We really want to make sure that we're moving slowly through these movements. The wider your arms are, the easier it will be. And if you don't have anything, then you want to just try to move your hands at the same time, going back and forth. So we'll do this a couple times. And if you have the range of motion or the flexibility and you want to bring your hands in a little bit closer, get a little bit more into that shoulder, into that front chest area, you will feel that stretch, I promise you. And then just like the nose circles that we did before, wherever you feel something that's tight or kind of sticky, just stay there, breathe through it. You can push through your chest a little bit when your arms are out. And if you'd like, you can come forward as well. But really just opening up those shoulders from any of the upper body workouts we've done this week. Really just lubricating that shoulder joint, getting some blood flow. Give me 2 more in each direction. Forget to breathe. All right, so now we're going to do back grabs. I'll turn around here. What you want to do without the towel, basically you're going to take one arm over your shoulder and the other arm is going to come behind. And what you want to do is try to just reach them so you can really feel that pull in that upper arm, getting that nice stretch along the backside of that tricep. If you cannot reach your fingers or you're struggling and you're just like uncomfortable trying to hold on, grab that towel or that belt, put it behind you, and then just use the lower arm to kind of pull a little bit so you can actually feel that stretch. And where we want to feel the stretch is right along that tricep, along that side body. So you want to take that towel and we're just going to pull it down. Just a nice gentle pull, and we're just going to hold that there for about 30 seconds. Trying to keep that bicep next to that ear, keeping that back straight, and continuing to breathe. And go ahead and switch sides. So we're taking that one arm up and behind us, and we're grabbing onto that towel, and we're pulling down with that other arm, feeling that stretch on the other side of that arm that's on top. All right, and release. Great job. Now we're going to do some eagle arms to open up that back. So what you want to do is bring your arms up, big deep breath, inhale, and then when you come down, you're going to bring your right arm underneath your left arm. So that's what your eagle arms are going to look like. If you can't get to this bind here, you can just do your elbows and the backs of your hands together. So you're sitting that left elbow into the crooks of that right elbow, or you can just do a full body hug and just try to get your hands to reach on the back side. So you have 3 different options. You can be in this hug right here. It's really squeezing and rounding through that back, inhaling, getting the oxygen to that back. You could be here where the backs of your palms are together, or you can be in full eagle where your arms are bound and you can reach around. So it's really up to you. where you are. Make sure to take some deep breaths here. Let that back open up, get the oxygen and the blood flow. Nice deep breaths. And go ahead and release. Shake your arms out. Bring your arms overhead, big inhale. Now when we come down, we're just gonna switch to the other side. So now the left arm is underneath and the right arm is on top. Try to sit those shoulders. And remember, you can be here, backs of palms together, or in a full body hug. And release. Great job. Now we're going to go into our chest stretch. So we're just going to interlock our fingers behind us. Push back. And we could either push the chest up and look forward, or we can lean forward and pull our arms behind us. So you've got those two options. Breathe deeply here. Really think about all the places that are usually tight or you feel some tension or compression, and really focus your mind on those places. And as you inhale, just think about the oxygen and the fresh air and fresh breath going to those places to loosen them up. And then if you are able, you can come forward. Some of you might have been here. And if you can, just go ahead and lift those arms straight up to the ceiling and drop that forehead. On an inhale, bring it back up. Bring the arms in front. Now we're going to do a side stretch. So take that right arm, put it right next to you. Take that left arm, come up and over and just lean. You can hold yourself on that elbow or that right arm and really just stretch that left side body. Inhaling, you can look up if you'd like. Get a little bit of a twist. You can look towards your hand. Every little move that you make is going to alter the stretch in a small way. So whatever you need today, make that movement. And bring it up and just switch right over onto the other side. And come up. Great job. So now we're going to go ahead and get onto all fours and do some cat-cows. So we're going to drop our belly. Make sure your knees are right underneath your hips. You can have your feet tucked or you can have them down. It's totally fine. Just going to loosen up that spine and the core a little bit. Drop that belly. Inhale. Push those hips up. Lift up that chin. Big inhale and exhale. Arch that back. Tuck that tailbone. Do about 5 of these. Inhale to drop the belly. Exhale to stretch through the top of that back. And flow with your breath, guys. Give me 2 more of these. Nice work. Okay, so now we're going to go into a wide leg straddle stance. So go ahead and come up. Straddle your legs. Try to point those big toes slightly inward. Press through all corners of your feet. And we're going to drop our head down. And then we're going to go to one side. And then slowly walk your hands over to the other side. Continue to breathe here. And then come back into the middle. And then what we want to try to do is to just come down onto one leg. The leg that's stretched out, you want to turn the toes up. And you can just keep your hands right here, just getting a nice stretch along the bottom side of that leg. And then go ahead and drop that foot down and take it over to the other side. So we want to flex that foot, keeping that leg active so it's not just chilling, but also getting a good stretch in that thigh, down that calf and that hamstring. All right, and we're going to come back to our wide leg stance. Walk our feet in just a little bit, point our toes out slightly, and then all we're going to do is just drop our hips into a wide leg squat and use our arms to push our legs out. Get a nice groin stretch here. Remember to breathe deep into all the places that you feel tension and relax with each exhale. Okay, and you can go ahead and bring it down. So now we're going to lay on one side. Take your top leg, put it behind you. And then we're going to take this knee here, the front foot, and rest it on that knee to get a little bit more of a stretch. And we're just going to sit here and let our natural weight kind of pull that hip and stretch it out. Go ahead and switch sides. So that top leg is on front, 90-degree angle, and we're just resting that other leg right on top. So it can help. And if that's too much, if you're feeling it too much with the foot on top, then just let that leg sit. But that's just going to add a little bit more of a pull for that hip stretch. All right, release your legs. And go ahead and bring them in front of you and shake your knees out a little bit. We're going to go into an ankle stretch, and this one might be a little bit intense. So wherever you feel pain, a stretch and discomfort is different than pain. If you feel pain, back off. So what you want to do is make sure your feet are flat, so they're not tucked like that, but they're flat. And we're going to just sit back and get a nice stretch in the top of that foot. You might hear some crackling, but you want to just sit back. And if you need to, just go as slow as possible, just putting a little bit of weight. We want to try to keep those feet straight, so we don't want them pigeoning in or going out. We want to keep them nice and straight, and we're just going to sit here and just put a little bit of tension and stretch on the top of that ankle. We do a lot of walking and stuff like that. We don't really give our ankles a lot of attention. So this is really a great way to really stretch the top of that foot. And then if you are able to walk back, you can lean back here if you need more of the stretch, or you can keep it up here. Just make sure you're at wherever you are where you're not feeling pain, but you are getting a stretch. Okay. Now we're going to stretch the bottom of the feet. So all we're doing is tucking those toes. Really tuck those toes. Make sure each and every toe is actually on the ground, pressing through the ground. You want to press through that heel. We're going to sit back, and we're just going to sit on top of those toes and really stretch out that fascia underneath on the bottom. This can be intense, so if you need to, you can come out of it, shake your toes around, and then sit back into it. All right, go ahead and come forward. So go ahead and lay down on your back. We're going to take our right leg and we're going to bring it into our chest. I want you to take the leg that's straight on the ground and flex those toes, keep it active. Go ahead and do 3 circles in one direction with that ankle, 3 circles in the other direction, and then just relax that foot. Take that leg and pull it in towards your armpit as close as possible. And then here, if you are having trouble, you can use your belt or your towel to keep that leg in. And now we're just going to take a big inhale and exhale to bring it to the other side, twisting at that spine, leaving that right arm out, looking over that right shoulder. And if that right shoulder is coming off the ground, you're too far, you can bring it back. And just let your leg be where it is to keep your shoulder on the ground. But this is a nice stretch if you deal with any issues like sciatica or anything like that, lower back pain. This is a great stretch. This is great for detoxing the body. Any type of stretch, spinal stretch is going to be really great for just releasing things in the body. So make sure after this stretch and every day you drink water. But most of the times when we do these detoxifying twists like this, it's good to drink a lot more water so you can flush your system. Okay, bring that leg back up. Now we're going into our leg stretch. So you want to put that belt or that towel right in the middle of that foot. And we're just going to straighten that leg and bring it towards you as close as you can. If you don't need the towel, perfect. That is the goal one day, but we really want to just try to, and we're not forcing it. We're just letting the leg be where it is. It's better to bring your hands up the towel or the belt rather than to use force and to pull it. We don't want to go against our body. We want to work with our body. So just relax here in this position. Feel that nice stretch down your hamstring. Keep that foot active, that other foot. Just with every exhale, if you feel like you can, straighten that knee a little bit more. Get your hands a little bit more relaxed. Awesome. Go ahead and bring that leg down nice and slow. And now we're going to bring that other leg up. Take the leg that was just up, put it on top of the knee of that other leg. And there's going to be a little triangle. Thread your hands through there and just pull your leg towards you. Use the elbow of the leg that's crossed to push that knee out. Get a nice stretch in your hips. Okay, go ahead and drop that leg and just straighten both your legs and just take a second to feel how different your legs feel after stretching one. And one might feel a little bit more relaxed. You might feel a little bit warm. Go ahead and grab that other leg and bring it towards your chest. Remember, we're breathing deep here, trying to get oxygen to those muscles. And then we're really just trying to bring that knee into that armpit, in the direction of that armpit, and make sure that other foot is flexed. And then go ahead, bring that arm over to the side and twist. Okay, go ahead and bring that leg up and grab your towel or your belt and go into that straight leg stretch. Make sure that other foot is flexed and we're keeping that leg straight. And you'll notice one leg can go a little bit farther than the other leg, or one leg is a little bit tighter. Put that in your toolbox for when you're working out, when you're stretching, you know you need to work a little bit harder on one side. Okay, bring that leg down, and we're going to go into our figure 4 stretch. So that same leg that was up goes over the knee of that other leg, thread that triangle, and pull it in. Using that elbow to push that knee out, get a nice stretch in those glutes and those hips. Breathe deep, guys. And release. And go ahead and take a minute of just relaxation here. I'll let you know when to come back out. Just close your eyes, relax your entire body. Breathe deep into your lungs, into your belly, and just enjoy this moment of peace. All right, guys, start wiggling your toes and your fingers, shaking your knees. You can turn your head, nod at yes and no from side to side. Okay, come to your side. Take a nice big inhale to push yourself up. And that's it, guys. I hope you feel recharged and stretched out. We got one more class today at 5 o'clock. It's going to be our boot camp if you'd like to come to that. Otherwise, keep doing what you're doing. You guys are doing a fantastic job. Hope all you guys are doing well, and I will see you later. Have a good day. No problem, Irina.